Yo, what's up, everybody? We are back. It's been a little while, but that just means we have fun stuff coming. So we've got some film to review, as usual. Watch a little video on this channel that I really like as well. What's up? What's up? How's it going? Just going over the plan for today's stream. Some athlete film. Watch a little video. But before we do that, I want to just discuss something that's very important, right? The true key to unlocking speed, to getting faster, is evolution, it's growth, it's adaptation. There's so much stuff out there on running fast, on honestly anything, right? On lifting better, on improving your backhand in table tennis or pickleball. Like there's so much information out there. But one of the things that remains constant about um, being successful is that you have to always continue to learn. You have to always be evolving. The game of basketball is different today than it was 20 years ago, than it was 5 years ago. The game of football is different today. Like everything evolves, right? And I'm saying this because, again, there's so much material out there to consume, and there's some good stuff, there's some bad stuff. But if your speed training program is the same that it was 10 years ago, 5 years ago, maybe you're with a coach who's stays with the same routine, it's all good. Um, then you're getting left behind. So I just wanted to share that little piece because it's something I've been thinking about. Um, and so that's also why you don't grow in a vacuum. So you're not just going to become a better sprinter, jumper, runner, athlete by yourself. You do it with the team, with the community. And so that's what we have here inside the Speed Lab. So we definitely have some good film review to go over. A great community. Look at that, Satchel got a little comment in there. A great community of people who ask great questions, who input great film. And so we will get to that in a second. But first, on like the topic of continuing to learn, I really love this channel, Track All Access. It's excellent workout examples with college or professional level athletes. You get an insight to what they're doing. And in this particular video that I just skimmed over, we're not going to watch the whole thing. 23 minutes, kind of long. Maybe we will. It's a testing day. So they have, you see here, a 45-second all-out test. Then they do a series of jump tests. I think they do standing, long, 3-bound, 5-bound maybe. And then they have their 45-second test where you see how far can you get around the track in 45 seconds. I wonder if any of them made it 400 meters. Let's see. I'm excited to watch that. Hello, Best of Jam. How's it going? So what prompted me, well, first of all, that video just came up on its own, but we have this question here from Vihan. That's not it. Where are you? Oh, this film review. So Vihan is a member of the community, and he asks, I have a trial coming up where the objective is to run as far as possible in 40 seconds. What should my strategy be for it? Should I go all the way out? I said, thanks for the question. Yes, you should be going 95 to 97% the whole way. There can be a little strategy similar to a 400, but you want to conserve a lot less energy than when you run a full 400-meter dash, because I believe Vihan's in high school, 40-second test. If you're running 400 meters in 40 seconds, great job. And you also have a world record. So realistically, you'll be 40 seconds, closer to that 300, maybe 320 mark. So let's watch and see how these Georgia sprinters do it. And then we can maybe help Vihan with his question a bit more.
You better pick it up. You better pick it up. Oh,
So they're definitely moving here. They look relaxed. That's because they're all D1 runners at a very big school. But they're obviously trying very hard. And we got them past the 300 mark. Oh, we got one person who made it 400. We already said. Okay, so standing long jump test. This is going to text your explosion. It'll translate into things like starts, or if you're a jumper, jumps. But this is an explosive metric test. Really important you do these at maybe the beginning of the season.
Boom. Okay. If you make them even.
So if I'm not mistaken, that is Coach Carol, and she is a legend. She doesn't know who I am, but I know who she is. Formerly at USC, and comes from this similar coaching lineage as my coach, who taught me everything that I know, which is essentially slow. You train fast to slow, not slow to fast. So what's up, Brittany? How's it going? Hi, she says, or they say. 273. What is that, like 9 feet? Oh, that was a nice one.
That was about 3 meters.
312.
312.
You hear Coach Carol? That was about 3 meters, 312. I think that's 10 feet. I think I could go maybe 2.7. Previously, I would have been in around 10 feet range. So,
Oh Lord, Glean don't want none of this. Oh, I could do that. What you raking up for? He ain't finna do nothing. Yeah. Maybe a little bit.
309.
Okay, amen.
they are doing these in flats too. So that's pretty impressive to go 10 feet in flats.
By a long way.
Like even when they do it in the combine, they have cleats, I'm pretty sure. Oh, we got 313 we missed.
Boom. Good.
313.
That's the PR. Boom.
3 meters.
3 meters. Boom.
Really
Good.
brought his feet through that. I'm sure that helps a lot. I know it helps a lot.
Shop for everything I need. Days run smoothly.
Okay, this is a 3-bound test.
1, 2, 3.
Where we at?
798.
PR. Good job, Mo.
Thank you, Coach Brody.
960. 9.
So this is a 3-bound test.
Look, bend your knees.
How well you're able to
808.
sustain your power, more of an acceleration phase measurement.
Sir.
Get your toes up front.
8, 9.
You hear, okay, so let's go back and watch that. Get your toes up front. So this is what she means by that. Okay. Look at how out of position he is. That's what she means. So look at that toe. That needs to be up here and flex. And you see how it's pointed down right there? So even in this assessment test, Coach Carroll's given great advice. Or maybe that wasn't Coach Carroll, but one of the coaches, which is what you would expect.
Keys, let her call the mark out.
College like this.
881.
I definitely wanted to go to UGA. My family's from Atlanta, so.
1, 2. There we go.
Oh, that was nice.
940. 1, 2. Oh my God.
1, 2, 3.
4, 5.
You pushing. Elijah, when you bound, get your toe in front of you. Not back here.
98.
Get it in front of you. It's a bound. Yeah. What are you doing?
1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Whoa.
Now they have the 5-bound test.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
1469.
What's your over under? What's the over under?
Probably like 380.
380. All right. John, what's your over under for?
We'll go over your
45?
videos soon. You have a little bit of time today, or I'll go over yours first since you're here.
Under for the 45 seconds.
I'm going 400 meters.
400 flat. There you go.
Good. LB. Then you don't go no further than faster than Brody. Stay with him. Now set.
Oh, he must be coming off an injury or something. I'll tell you what, they're definitely nervous before they do this test. What's up, Chris Goat? I love that they have this meeting.
Smooth. Just stay there. Brody, 85.
Yeah, I think he's probably coming back from injury, so he's only allowed to go 85%. Look how smooth this is, right? He very much relaxed. But again, relaxed doesn't mean not running hard. It's a part of the equation, right? Stride length, stride frequency, and efficiency. You see, he hit that little wall coming off that turn. This is nice look at the wall here. Ball.
Good job.
Oh, he's the one that's supposed to go 85%. See, none of them waste time, right? You can't get time back. So once that gun goes off, or once you get to go, you have to go, right? That's why it's like there is no pacing the 400 meter. Like there's strategy, but there's not pacing because you do not get time back.
22-18.
22-18 for the 200. So he'll go 370.
37, 38, 39,
The wall.
40, 41, 42, 23, 24, 25.
Good job.
22-18 is not going to cut it if you want to go 400 meters in 45 seconds.
Let's go.
Once again, not pacing, going out hard. Comes through his first 100, and what was that, like 11-1?
All right, here we go.
About 23. Oh, he hit that wall. He's tightening up. See the pain got. You see his shoulders go up. Shoulders start going up near the ear.
You gotta go. You can't coast. It's all out. You're gonna die either way. Die in glory. Now set. Hit.
Let's go, man. Let's go.
Die either way. Die in glory. That's definitely copyrighted. I gotta mute that. Hands getting a little in front. They're not swinging through his hips anymore. Shoulders up. Got to stay relaxed. And yep, there's the wall. So he might be a 100-meter runner or something like that, or just coming back to it. There's a lot of reasons why. Still went far though. 45 seconds. Goes 365 and finishes all the way through the line. So nice and long. He might actually be a 400 runner the way he, like, the start was a little bit different. Gets into his stride nicely. Arm swinging. Nice open. That's the best form I've seen so far in this video, I think. Nice and relaxed. Let's see what his 300 time is here. 34.
37, 38, 39.
Woo! Whoa! Whoa!
380.
Whoa, baby!
He was so smooth and relaxed, right? Like you could kind of see that he was going to go a little further just by the smoothness of his start and how instantly he gets into a nice open but quick rhythm and the way his arms are engaged. Like this guy I would assume is more of a 100-meter runner. I don't know if I'm explaining that well, but we know one of them goes 400, so let's see.
Right there!
I think this is the one.
Right there! Pick it up, Mom! Pick it up! You gotta stay awake!
Why was it different at the start? Okay, I'll show you. So this is a question from Brian, one of my athletes. So a few things, I guess. Brian, great question. And I don't want to deeply criticize any of these athletes because I don't know their stories or you know what they're coming from, but this is a nice start.
Let's go! Let's go!
Let's watch when it changes.
Let's
Nice
go!
and open.
Please, let's go! Boom! 22-18!
But then the cadence
Here we go!
goes a little bit here. I just
It's all out. You're gonna die either way. Die in glory. Now set. Hit!
Let's go, man, let's go.
like this was a little bit pressed. You can see the form is already broken here. With the head back and the short arm swing. It's for both of these runners, in my eyes,
Now set.
I'm not sure that they could maintain this for a full 400. if that makes sense. It just gives me 100-meter, 200-meter runner style. I know that may not be so helpful, but if you compare, like this one's more obvious here. This athlete, much more tense, right? Not as fluid, not as smooth compared to this. Look at how instant he gets into this smooth and relaxed rhythm there. Arm swinging fully. And at the same time, like you can see, he's also not going like it's not like he's sandbagging, right? That's just his stride is efficient. He gets into his full gait sooner as well, which doesn't always mean that he's going to run faster, Brian, but that's just what I saw. It's just the muscle 1A, 2A. Can you explain what that means? 2K, Senyo?
193. Now set. You gotta go, Mo. You gotta go. Toe behind the line. Toe behind the line. You gotta go. Now set.
Coach Carroll's giving all of them the same advice. You gotta go. You gotta go. Like, again, you cannot make up time. So if you think you're going to pace, it's not happening. You got to get out sprinting. Brian, you still there? Does that make any sort of sense? Can you see the difference between the starts of these athletes?
Go! Right there.
Oh yeah, he's gonna go
Right there.
and that's again, I think maybe it's just the reps of me looking at runners, but I can see that first of all, he looks like he's tall. That's always helpful when you run the 400. But the power in which he swings his arms lets me know that again, there's power. If there's a length and there's power behind you, you're going to go pretty far. Assuming you know how to run and very clear. This was the same guy that was jumping fairly far as well, right? Like, look how smooth that is. A little bit of head bob, but I think it's very natural with the way that his body is moving. So that was $22.3. Maybe he won't go as far as I thought. Brian says, okay, I thought you meant the guy with the efficient stride had a bad start. You meant different as good. Yes. Yeah, different as good. I wasn't. Yes, Cookies, it is Track All Access. I absolutely love this channel for like a lot of things. You get a lot of information from this channel, like how to model your workouts, right? They have stuff for 800. They have stuff for cross country. They have stuff that spans the whole track and field. I don't see any field stuff actually, but track gambit out there. And as someone who really specializes in the 100, 200, 400, a little bit of the 800, I enjoy and appreciate learning all of the stuff that Track Access puts out there. What was I saying? Yeah, Brian, like it wasn't a bad start at all. It was different in a good way. Look at the arm swings. Look at how it stays long as well. Cadence doesn't stop. So we'll go over it fully, right? So,
Right there.
boom, 90% for 90 meters.
You
When I
gotta
say
go.
90%,
Now set. Go.
right, you go
Right there.
you get up to 90%
Now set.
very
Go.
fast. So he's up to 90%
Right there.
already. Right, this is going to
Right
be 90,
there.
and now he's maintaining that
Right
90,
there. Pick it up, bro. Pick it up.
and then he
You
gets
gotta
long,
stay awake.
nice and smooth, long, efficient.
Come on, bro.
Lights go uphill. I break the second half into 2 turns here, right? But right about now is when you're you're like, oh no, I still have 200 more meters left, right? And my part of the strategy is to just fight this period. You can use that little bit of anger you have, like I can't believe I'm doing this, to fight uphill here. Then as you reach the top of the turn, you pick your turnover back up, but you remain long and fall.
36, 37.
Use your arms.
Let's go.
380. So they're going to have a great 4x4 team. So he's not the one that goes 400 meters. Who is it? Is it him?
Heard the belt ain't yours. Ain't no coasting. Ain't no coasting. You heard the belt ain't yours. That's Mike's belt. If you want it, you're going to have to take it.
So they have some sort of internal competition around the belt. Cookie says, I love their videos. I watch cross country and 1500 meter athletes up to the marathons. Yeah, I love their videos too. This is like really cool. Again, a great channel that I can't recommend enough. Cookies says it well. They have stuff up to the marathons all the way down to the 100. And they profile like big teams. Like again, you see Cookies. I don't know if you're here earlier, but this is I believe her name is Coach Carol, and she's a track legend coach. So Brian says, I actually watched the women's and men's team do the 45-second test earlier this week. Coach keeps them in line and motivate. Yeah, for sure. she's again a legend, and I explained it that the coach who taught me everything that I know, Coach John Harvey and Coach Carroll, were actually, they knew each other, they were friends, and they come from the same tree of coaching, same as Curtis Taylor, the head coach of University of Oregon. They all come from a similar tree, which is you train short to long rather than long to short. Brian and I had a conversation about this earlier. They all believe in that method. They all have like a huge day where they do plyos. They believe plyos are super important. You saw in the testing them doing 3-bound, 5-bound, and standing long jump, because they know how important plyos are for not only jumping but for sprinting. And so it's really cool to see an inside view with Coach Carroll, not only how she coaches but how she motivates her team. Like honestly, it takes a lot for like a women's coach to come into like a men's program as well and coach them, and the results that she gets, you know, she's legit, she's real.
There it is. There it is. Here we go.
Okay, so I don't know how far he's going to go, but initial impressions is a little bit constrained at the beginning here.
Go. There it is.
Doesn't quite drive.
Now set. Go. There it
Seems
is.
like he's already at max
There it
speed.
is.
It could just be
Here we
slow.
go. Here we go. Here we go. Stay awake. Stay awake. Stay awake. Stay awake.
Stay awake. So I don't know what exactly she means by that, but it's obviously some sort of internal team understanding that they have. Maybe staying tall, it's just a quick reminder. Like, I actually read that Usain Bolt's coach used to have Usain Bolt run, and it's called the tall test. So every 2 seconds, he has to yell out loud, tall, 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 tall. And it's a reminder for him to stay tall while he's running. And for Coach Carroll and this athlete, stay awake.
Stay awake.
It's actually moving.
Stay awake. Stay awake.
21-4. So yeah, honestly, it was like 21-2. So he's in a better position than the other athletes. So I take back what I said at the start.
Stay awake. Come on. Let's go.
That's right.
35, 36, 37, 39, 45.
Oh, he's going far.
Oh, 43, 44, 45. Oh, yeah.
395.
395.
So I was completely wrong about his start. Cookie says, and I guess they focus on Olympic weightlifting movement to increase force, power, and explosive. Definitely. Another thing, again, that I was taught and that I teach my athletes, cleans, power cleans, snatches, all the Olympic lifts, on top of again, for the way that I was taught and the way that I believe Coach Carroll operates, which I don't know because I've not been a part of a program, plyos are a full day on the track doing things like bounding and hurdle hopping and lunges and sleds and things like that. And then they compound that explosive force movement by going to the gym and doing what Cookie said here, which is Olympic weightlifting. They actually released a video about one of the weight routines. I debated doing this one or the other one, but maybe next time I'll do the weight routine review.
Set. Go. You gotta go, Zai. You gotta go, Zai.
Or should I start again?
You gotta go, Zai. You gotta go.
Once again, same advice to all the athletes, which is get out hard. So, Brian, if you're still watching this, you got to understand that your first 90 has to be 90%.
Good. Stay away. Clear.
22-1, 22-2 coming through 200. Same cues again, stay awake. So, again, there's some sort of internal team understanding about what stay awake means. You see a little bit of change in that form.
Stay
Just
away.
nice and relaxed,
Good
nice and
job,
smooth.
guys. Wake up. Stay away. Clear. Clear.
Then he has to use the arm a little bit more. Do you see the change in the arm?
Clear.
Fighting uphill.
Clear.
Believe me, that lack of capacity there. It's fighting. The arms are really coming into play now. This is a great example actually for the arms, right? So their arms are swinging nice here, nice power. Then when he reaches the back stretch, look at that stride change. Boom, 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 boom. Gets long. The arms are less in play on this back stretch because he's very smartly saving them. He's being really relaxed. Now he pumps to fight uphill. And then pumps harder when he comes downhill because now it's just all out.
Let's go.
Right there. Right here. Good job. 388. Yeah.
I'm having more fun watching this than I thought I was going to have. I'm not going to lie. Cookies asked, do you think it could benefit a runner like myself to do plyos, and how would you implement it during a week of training? Nope, no bother. That's what I'm here for. Cookie is for you and everyone to ask questions. Of course, I think plyos are good for you to do in your week of training. If you are focused on the 1500 and above, the 3200, the 5K, the 10K, the half marathon, the marathon, your plyos are going to look a little different, rightfully so, than what 100-meter plyos would look like, than what a long jumper or 400-meter runner plyos would look like. But you still want to have that, you still want to develop those neurons and those muscles for stiffness upon impact on the ground, right? That's kind of what plyos are for a lot of the time. And you know, it would be your plyos just would look a little different, but you should still implement plyos. You should still implement speed work, just like again, you should still do speed work, but your speed work is going to be different for a marathon, right? Speed work for a marathon is going to be 400 repeats at, you know, whatever your optimal mile pace may be, or, you know, even sub, like, let's say you want to run your marathon, you want to maintain 8-minute miles for the full 26. You're going to do 400-meter repeats at 7-minute mile pace, right? To get your speed work in. So just the same way that, but I would never have my 400 runners run 400 repeats for any reason ever. So in the same way that your speed training will look different than a 400 or 100-meter speed training, your plyos will look a little different as well. So yeah.
Where you at? Think. Set up. 388. Yeah, just go. Don't think.
Just go.
Set.
Don't think.
Go. Where you at? Here we go. Here we go. Stay away. Stay away.
Look at the face, the relaxation, right? Like, believe me, these guys are hurting. Just because they're like D1 athletes doesn't, like, track doesn't get easier, it only gets faster. These guys are hurting, but he's nice and relaxed. Let's see if we can get he might be rolling. I can't quite see where the 200 is. Oh, here we go. 20.6 is 200. So this guy is moving. Let's see where he goes. Right uphill. From downhill, you turn it back on. You use this downhill portion as a way to get your turnover back.
Good job! Come on! Come on!
Nice strides, just beating up the track.
41, 42, 43, 44, 45.
402.
A little before.
So when we talk about going short to fast, right? The only reason he was not the only reason. The reason he was able to go 402 is because of this 20.6 in the 200, right? Like, so the common misconception in the 400 is to finish strong, to run, to improve your time. You need to extend that training out a bit to 500s or whatever, maybe again 400 repeats, which I said I will never do for my 400 runners. But that doesn't help this at all. And like, even at the end of his run, he's not getting into any sort of mode or training that's similar to a 600 or a 500. After 420 meters, we'll say, like at this high level percentage that he's running, it can only be sustained for so long. And even at the end, he was breaking down a little bit. And once he begins to break down, we're now practicing things that we don't want to see. So we shouldn't practice things we don't want to see. So that's I went off topic a little bit, but that's the method behind training short to long, as opposed to long to short. Yeah, massive.
Good job! Come on! Come on!
Speeding up the track. One thing you don't want to see is is you have a 5 meter lead and you see strides like this coming behind you. You're like, oh no. I've been there and I've been the one to walk people down. I've been in both situations. And I understand both feelings.
Right here. Get the tape measure. We're not going to guess. Over there. All right. Stay awake. You got to go. Stay awake. 402. Good job, Sim. I'm noise. You got
This is the first time I've seen Coach Carroll. I've heard of her a lot again because she's in the same ecosystem that my coaches were in. I would love to meet her one day because this is an awesome coaching.
Go. Stay awake is the key over there. All right. Stay awake. Gotta go. Stay awake is the key over there.
Over there. She's pointing at 200. So stay awake just means, or I'm going to assume, right, that staying awake in this instance for Coach Carroll and her athletes means when you get to that 200 mark, right, falling again, you get to the 200 and all these thoughts come in like, I can't believe I'm only halfway. Why is Coach making me run a 400? Why is she making me run a 45-second test? Stay awake means probably staying on task with the goal, keeping in mind the strategy that we have, right? Fighting uphill on that back turn, and not just falling asleep waiting for that last 100 to come before you turn on the jets again. That's what I'm assuming.
All right. Stay awake. Now set. Go. Where you at? Where are you at? Where are you at? Come on. Stay awake.
That was a long drive phase, but
Stay awake.
I honestly like it.
Stay
I
awake.
love a long drive phase.
Stay awake.
21.3. So maybe he goes 390. Right? We had what did we have before? 20.6 or something like that?
21-1.
21.1.
Let's go. Going
Ghost.
Come on!
Powerful. He's a power. You see the difference in running styles here. This is a powerful runner. This is like more of a finesse move style runner. So runners are different. You can't treat them all the same. You can't expect them all to look the same. And here I am doing reviews, right? So keep that in mind.
21-1. Let's go. Going a long way today if you don't die. Come on. Come on. Go.
So he hit a little bit of a wall there. Sometimes it's hard to get all that muscle around his back. Takes more energy, it's heavier, with gravity.
Stay away. Stay away. Stay away.
Listen to the cadence.
Where you at? Where you at? Where you at? Come on. Stay away. Stay away. Stay
And then it slows
away.
down a bit.
Stay away.
It's a little long.
Stay away. Stay away. 21-1.
Cadence picks up a bit
Let's
again,
go.
fighting uphill.
Long way today if you don't die. Come on.
And it slows down. I mean, not obviously not slow, but slows down a little bit.
Come on.
Definitely at the end, you can see that.
Come on.
Now, slow. The monkey's on the back, they call it.
Go. 389. Now set.
Looks like he plays on the football team, Brian says. Yeah, he he might actually be on the football team. We had two athletes. Javid Bess ran and was on the football team, and Javid was a legend in youth track, a legend in high school track, and did very well at Cal and played in the NFL. And Kalfani Muhammad, who also was a legend in high school and very fast.
Go. Come on, Chris. You gotta run it. Let's go.
$22-3. So right away, Chris's start,
Let's go.
maybe not as powerful as the other runners we've seen. And cadence is not as fast. This could be an 800 runner or a jumper, or still have to be really fast. If you want to go. It's sort of hard. Still stays long.
Where's he
It
at?
brings his arms into play. Look at the arm change here. Okay, these are actually nice. Obviously, they're nice arms there. And then watch, really open hands. With the power of his arms.
Where's he at?
The arms bring you home. Look at how he's pumping. At this point, his legs are cooked, but the arms are still fresh. Well, not fresh, but you know, have more energy than the legs.
Come on.
So he was able to go that far because he
391.
was utilizing his arms very well. And obviously, he's an awesome runner.
Gotta stay on it. You're not even tired. I said you coasted slightly. You gotta stay on the hammer on this.
I haven't.
You're not even tired.
I haven't even run over 200 in 2 months.
So what? Nobody care. You still coasted.
No, I know.
I don't want to hear nothing other than okay, coach. Good workout.
I love Coach Carroll already. Okay, so that's what we saw in the beginning, right? So he says, I haven't run over 200. She doesn't really care. But that's what we see is this little bit of doubt and hesitation in the beginning.
Come on, Chris. Let's go.
And on the backstretch here. That's why the arms look a little different. Just didn't really have the confidence that this would go well. And that's what we saw. And then at the end, he says, well, I'm already at the end, right? So why not? Why not go all out?
Where is he at?
This is a great way to come off the position as well. Let's say they turn up into uphill. Now run uphill and then downhill. Watch the power stride. So that was one of the things I said, right? That it looks like he's holding reserved his power. We already discussed that's because he was not that confident because he hasn't run over 200 in a while for injuries or whatever reason. You can see it. You can still see the reservation here. This is what Coach Carroll was commenting on as well. He's open. He's using his arms. He's being a little bit reserved. The more he goes, the more confidence he gains. Now he's stable. Watch him come off the turn and accelerate. He picks up his turnover, and there's the acceleration. That's exactly it.
Come on! 391.
Yeah. Sorry, Brian. If you Morales ran the shortest distance on the curves, very tight. Something I need to do better. Yeah, running that turn smartly is definitely something that has happened. Are you still there, Brian? I can get to your film right now if you're still there.
391. Good. Good job. Chris, you coasted a little. Gotta stay on the hammer. I said you coasted slightly. You gotta stay on the hammer on this.
I know, I haven't.
You're not even tired.
I haven't even run over 200 in 2 months.
So what? Don't money
Okay,
care.
Brian, you're still there.
Coasted.
This video has
nothing other than
1 minute
coach.
left. I'll get right.
Good
to you.
workout
I'm
today.
sorry
Everybody
that-
improved. I think in every
I know you're on the East Coast. Sorry, didn't think about that.
area we saw some PR, so it points us in the right direction for the season, and just got to keep working and keep everybody healthy.
Thanks a lot, Coach. I appreciate it.
Oh no, go Dogs!
We ran hard today. We're gonna lift.
Okay. So let's get to. That was great. That was honestly better. I didn't think I would sit here and watch all of that, but I did. So we're going to get to Brian here, okay? Because he is on the East Coast and he has to get to other things other than sitting and watching track, unfortunately. So we'll go in order here, Brian. So this was December 16th. Got some nice A skips, very good, nice and tall. Good arms. I haven't seen this one, by the way, Brian. One thing I want you to keep in mind, now that your form is excellent and your strides are open, excuse me, sorry. I want you to work on just covering a bit more distance. So when you put that foot down, I'm getting some software too that's going to help me coach a little bit better. I can draw on screen. When you put that foot down, I want you to work on covering more distance. So the foot comes down because we want to generate power into the track. And then you'll also use your arms in a way that when you drive that arm back and down, it also drives the foot down into the track to cover more distance. First part is drills, no problem. Drills are very important. Straight legs. See with these as well, like a little conservative, which is fine, but I want you to work on covering more distance and turns it into a sprint. Oh, that one was good. I don't know what that was. So that was a better straight leg turned into a sprint. Nice side shuffle. Okay, so are these your high knees, Brian? So look at that toe and that foot angle, right? I know you deal with a little bit of Achilles problem, so this could not be good. Remember, did you hear Coach Carroll talk about how she likes to see her bounds, which is that your foot should be not tucked under yourself like this. It has to be out here. You know, ideally perpendicular, although it doesn't have to be exactly perpendicular. And you see how your arms are moving almost in a circular motion here, like you're cycling like a choo-choo train. They need to be crisp. So you see your hands going in circles here. No problem. Brian says, I'm not even sure what that was. No problem. Nice. Very nice. I love the way you came off of this turn here. I know we can't see it all, but before it goes into slow-mo, that's nice speed around this corner. Now, Brian, our job is to make this little short segment we see be the full thing. Because these look a little, as great as they look a little different than what you just came off that turn with. Those legs get a little heavy. Got a little heavy there. Okay, we'll go to the next one. From the 18th, or yes. Okay, so Brian, I already commented on these to you personally and inside of our school community. I was not even aware that the first rep of these wickets were wickets. I thought you were just sprinting, and that is a huge compliment, by the way. Monetization, you know. That's excellent. So it's very clear, Brian, that again, on the short to long subject, do we train short in order to run a 400? Do we train long? I think what these are 30 meters. Like, we need to do way more of these, especially as we get closer to that February date. Stepping down over those hurdles. Look at how you're hitting, right? That's a nice. These are great. Look how bouncy you are too. I want you to be up and tall like that. And then once we incorporate the power, right? Once we begin to work on when we put our foot into the track, gaining distance, you're going to be, that 400 is going to be nice and easy. Well, not easy, but fast. Sitting back just a little on that one. That one looks great. Shoulders forward. Finishes all the way through the cones. Very good. Very good. Those were awesome. Okay, so this was your upload from today. What were you doing here, Brian? Can you remind me? By the way to get out there, even though I know it's cold. It looks cold. You still there, Brian? 185s. Okay. Good. Okay, so when we do our 185s, I want you like rather than starting in the middle and ending somewhere over here, try to so we want these to be somewhat resemblance of our 400. So we either want to finish you know, at where a finish line would be. This one's fine, or even the one back there would be fine. Or we want to start where the 400 would start and then end a little bit before the finish line, as opposed to splitting the track up like the way you're doing, because it gives us so many more chances to practice running all the way through the finish line. Or if we're starting where the 400 would be, how to handle this turn and then come off and get into our backstretch form. Okay, that makes sense. In the 50s. Nice. Okay. Does that make sense about how to split up the track and how to run your repeats? It's something we can go over as well when we have our call tomorrow. These look great. Your sprinting form is so much better. Sitting back just a little bit there. I'm sure you're tired. So if I had to guess, you were a little how much rest did you take in between? You see that shift there? So you're when we talk about how much distance you cover when you put your foot into the track, very good for, was that 40 meters, 50 meters? And then right here, you begin to cover much less distance and you just begin to like cycle a bit too much here rather than maintaining the power that you're putting into the track to let it push you forward. That's just what I see from this great angle, by the way, because I get to see things like velocity change. So pushing, 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 nice. And we want to continue to fight uphill. But right there, looks like you're just covering a little bit less distance. Those strides are becoming a little bit short. The knees aren't driving through as powerfully. No, like when I say rest, I mean like in between each set. So you did set 1, set 2. This looks like set 3 or 4. How much rest in between each 185 are you taking? You actually come off that turn pretty nice. So maybe just my eyes are playing a trick on me here. Yeah, that's nice. I think maybe we need a little bit more turn work. You know, I'm not so mad about the way you set this up, actually, because it looks like maybe just the turn is causing you a little bit of problems. Although that one looks nice and smooth. Six minutes. Okay, good. All right, Brian, those are excellent. I think we keep putting in work like the way you've been and making the changes as you've made them. You're going to see great things happen for you. Okay, I'll let you go to sleep there on the East Coast. We're going to keep going over. We still have some film to review here. Let's look at not too much more. Okay, so we have Shane. And so in full transparency, I did not film the very beginning of this workout, and I had Shane doing speed bounds. So we're bounding, but instead of prioritizing distance that we cover. So Brian, we talk about distance that we cover. Bounding is a great way to improve that. We're bounding for speed. So now we're prioritizing the exchange of our feet coming off the ground. And I had Shane recreate this first one because I didn't film the first ones, but this was a little bit of how she looked when she started. And you see her laughing because we corrected her form through the workout. And I asked, well, can you just actually go back to the way that you did it on the first one just for this video? And then we'll show you the improvement that she made. So once again, for Shane, a little choppy, which she has a default to do when she gets tired or when something is awkward and new. And then look at how much more smooth these are. Also, correction, these are not speed bounds. These are just regular bounds. But we did do speed bounds on this day. I just forgot to record it. Nice arm movement. Good placement into the ground. On every bound, like I want to be able to take a picture that looks just like this. So not bad. And then I think I asked her to record one of my bounds. So this is me bounding, just so you can see a little bit of the difference. No problem, Brian. Talk to you tomorrow. So if you can see a difference in my bounds, I'm really grabbing. You see that foot being active, right? Boom. And I'm grabbing the underneath me. Boom. I want to be able to freeze frame, take this picture, grab. Boom. Okay. And then let's watch Shane's one more time. So that foot's just kind of falling for Shane as opposed to grabbing. So as Shane works on improving her bounds, she's just going to work on grabbing as opposed to falling. Not bad. Cookies, if you're still there, these are great plyos, like mandatory plyos for running. And then we have Satchel. Let's watch these. He sent me these today or yesterday. Today. It's a similar problem to Shane Satchel, which is that when you hit the ground, you don't really and Brian, actually, you're not that active. Oops. That foot kind of just falls directly underneath you rather than hitting just a little bit behind you to really drive. So if it's falling a little bit ahead of you, I need it to be active as it comes through, especially for the drive phase. And then once you begin to get open, you really get behind. Your hips are lagging behind. You see your head jetting out forward. We have to work on standing up for Satchel. Oh, we have one more to do. Michael. Michael is new to the Speed Lab, so thanks for joining, Michael. He actually got these courses on a different platform, so I gave him access to the courses, and then of course the warm up. Everything here else is free. So Michael joined the community and sent this lovely video of sled pulls in the snow. So this is Michael's daughter. I believe she does the 1, 2, 4 long jump, which is exactly what I did. I would love to help more, Michael, if you need. And then that's his son working out with his older sister. I too have an older sister who I wanted to do everything like, so I understand. Sled pulls in the snow. These are awesome.
Go.
Hear the wind. What a lovely field. Brother keeps up with sister. Very good. Great form of resistance running. These are going to help her tremendously in her sprinting and jumping. And another note is my favorite days to be out here are days that no one else is out here. And you see it's cold, you see it's snowy. So good for y'all for getting out there. And that's it. That's all we have for today. So great video, great review by the Georgia team there with Coach Carroll. And thanks for everyone for submitting more videos. Do you want to get your film reviewed? You just come on over to Speed Lab. I got you. We have a film review section. So that's awesome. Okay. Thanks for stopping by. See you next time.